Hello everyone, welcome to my channel The Lab Rats. Today we will be discussing the third and most probably the last part of the lecture on Drosophilla melanogaster, in which we will discuss about the function of segmentation and homeotic selector gene in Drosophilla. If you have not watched the previous two lectures, then please watch it. I will be providing their link in the description box. If you find my lectures useful, then please like my video and subscribe my channel to get updates on my upcoming lectures. So let's get started with the video. Now let's take a look at the body segmentation in Drosophila. So this is the overall segmentation pattern. The head of the Drosophila is divided into three segments, that is mandibular, maxillary and labial. The thorax has been divided into three segments, that are T1, T2 and T3 segment. The abdomen has been divided into 8 segments, that is from A1 to A8. In this way the whole Drosophila body is divided into total 14 segments. Coming to compartments, so each segment in the Drosophila body has been divided into two compartments, that is anterior and posterior. So how do we name which compartment is anterior compartment and which is posterior compartment? So the compartment which is towards the anterior axis of the Drosophila is known as anterior compartment of that segment, and the one which is towards the posterior axis of Drosophila is known as posterior compartment of that segment. Now coming to parasegments. So Drosophila body has been divided into 14 parasegments, in which each parasegment contains one half of one segment and another half of adjacent segment in the next posterior position. So for example, if we are talking about T3 segment, so the adjacent segment for T3 in the posterior position will be A1. So for parasegment formation, one half of T3 and another half of A1 will form one parasegment. So this is how the whole body of Drosophila has been segmented, and this segmentation pattern is ensured by segmentation gene. So what are segmentation gene? Let's study in more detail. In our previous slide, we have already discussed about the morphogens. They are the protein that through change in the local concentration or activity cause the surrounding tissue to take up a particular shape or structure. They are the product of pattern regulating gene, and one of the major type of pattern regulating genes are segmentation gene that regulate the type of segmentation and its pattern in the Drosophila body. In early phase of development, the fate of a cell depends on cues provided by protein gradient. This specification of cell fate is flexible and can still be altered in response to signal from other cell. But in later phase, the cell undergoes a transition from this loose type of commitment to an irreversible determination, which is mediated by the segmentation gene. And these genes divide the early embryo into repeating series of segments along the anterior to posterior axis. The segmentation gene is further divided into three groups based on the type of segmentation they show in the Drosophila. They are the gap gene, pair rule gene, and segment polarity gene. Basically, the segmentation starts in the early embryo because this is when the maternal mRNA are translated, forms a gradient, and few maternal gene products activates the segmentation gap gene. The major one is hunchback. So again, those who wants to learn about maternal gene and hunchback protein, please follow my previous lecture on the Drosophila. So different concentration of maternal gene express or activates and repress the gap gene. Different concentration of gap gene activates or repress the pair rule gene. Different concentration of pair rule gene activates or repress the segment polarity genes. So the segmentation gene has been divided into three groups, that are gap gene, pair rule gene and segment polarity gene, and the division has been done on the basis of phenotypes that were produced in segmentation gene mutants. The gap gene is called so because its mutants show a lack of large body region, and this also proves that it is expressed in several contiguous segments. One of the example of gap gene is CRUPL. Here we can see that CRUPL gene is expressed in mid body segment of the Drosophila. In case of wild type, normal larva is produced, but in a CRUPL mutant, larva is produced which lack the mid body segment. Now in case of pair rule gene, the mutant lack portion of every other segment. The pair rule gene is expressed during the 13th nuclear division in syncytial blastoderm. Again, syncytial blastoderm has been discussed in previous lecture. So the pair rule gene are expressed in every other segment, and hence they show somewhat like zebra strip fashion of expression. One of the example of pair rule gene is Fushitarazu, which in Japanese means too few segments. Now other example is even skipped. Here even skipped has been denoted by red strip and Fushitarazu has been denoted by black strip. So we can see that both of these genes are expressed in alternate segments and not in continuous segments, and hence establish a zebra strip fashion of expression. Now in case of segment polarity gene, the mutant show defect in every segment. So defect can be anything like whether it can be deletion, duplication or polarity reversal, anything, but the defect will be shown in each and every segment. And one of the example of segment polarity gene is engrailed. This table shows the list of all the genes that have been categorized into three groups of segmentation gene, that are gap gene, pair rule gene and segment polarity gene. And you need to remember this table because name based questions have been asked from this portion. Also, you do not need to go into detail of each and every gene because very generalized questions have been asked from this portion so far, like the very generalized question on the mechanism or function of gap gene, pair rule gene and segment polarity gene have been asked, and not on the specific molecular mechanism of all these genes. So you have to remember this table, but very generalized questions are asked, so you need to prepare your strategy according to that. Now you can have your own tips and tricks to remember this table, but some of the tips and tricks that I used to remember them was that if you look at the name, then in case of gap gene, most of the name are either associated with some body organ or with some kind of phenotype, like hunchback, giant, tailless, hunkbean, buttonhead, etc. All these are either associated with some body organ name or sound like some kind of phenotype. Now in case of pair rule gene, if you see, most of the words are either associated with even, odd or paired. So in this way I used to remember the pair rule gene. Now in case of segment polarity gene, I would remember it like all those genes that do not fall in gap gene or pair rule gene falls in the segment polarity gene. Now you must remember the famous example of each category. Like you cannot go wrong about hunchback being the gap gene, or Fushitarazo being the pair rule gene, or engrailed and wingless being the segment polarity gene. So all these famous example you need to remember. In this way you can also have your own tips and tricks to remember the table. Coming to the second part of the lecture, that is homeotic selector gene. After the parasegmental boundaries are set, the pair rule and gap gene interacts to regulate the homeotic selector genes, which specify the characteristic structure of each segment. Homeotic genes are master regulator genes that direct the development of particular body segment or structure. These genes encodes for transcription factor proteins that contain a region called homeodomain and are called Hox genes. If these genes are lost or mutated, they can cause the appearance of normal appendages or body structure at an inappropriate body position. By the end of cellular blastoderm stage, each segment primordia has been given an individual identity by its unique constellation of gap, pair rule, and homeotic gene product. Two regions of Drosophila chromosome 3 contains most of this homeotic gene categorized into two complexes. These two complexes are antennapedia complex and bithorax complex, and is often referred as homeotic complex or HOMC. The first region is known as antennapedia complex, which contain the following genes. These are labial, antennapedia, sexcom reduced, deformed, and proboscipedia. The second region of homeotic gene is the bithorax complex, and it contains following genes, that are ultrabithorax, abdominal A and abdominal B. The figure shows how different genes are expressed at different developmental stage in Drosophila. First of all, the cytoplasmic polarity, that is establishment of anterior, posterior, dorsal and ventral axis, is maintained by the maternal gene, and one of the type of maternal gene is hunchback. So different concentration of maternal gene helps in establishing or expression of gap gene. Different concentration of gap gene helps in expression of pair rule gene, and different concentration of pair rule gene helps in expression of segment polarity gene. Now this pair rule gene and segment polarity gene together helps in expression of homeotic gene. In case of Drosophila, this homeotic gene has been divided into two complexes on chromosome 3. The first complex is antennapedia complex, which has genes such as labial, deformed, sexcom reduced, antennapedia, and one more which is not mentioned in this figure, that is proboscipedia. Now the second complex is bithorax complex, which has genes such as ultrabithorax, abdominal A and abdominal B. All these homeotic genes helps to determine the identity of different segments in Drosophila, such as the identity of head segment is maintained by labial and deformed gene, which is part of antennapedia complex. Identity of thoracic segment is maintained by three genes, sexcom reduced, antennapedia and ultrabithorax. Out of these three, sexcom reduced and antennapedia are part of antennapedia complex, and ultrabithorax is part of bithorax complex, which helps to maintain the identity of third thoracic segment. Now proboscipedia, it is expressed in adult fly, and in its absence the labial pulp of mouth is transformed into leg. Now the last come abdomen. So the identity of abdominal segments are maintained or determined by two genes, abdominal A and abdominal B, and these two genes are part of bithorax complex. So in this figure, you can easily understand that which homeotic gene affects which segment in Drosophila based on the color code which is provided. For example, sexcom reduced, which is in orange color, affects the T1 segment, which is also marked orange in color. So this overall slide shows how homeotic genes are important in determining the identity of each and every segment in Drosophila. So now let's discuss some of the homeotic selector gene mutants. So in the beginning only I told you that the mutation of these homeotic gene leads to development of body appendages or body organ at inappropriate body position. So there are two mutant cases of homeotic selector gene that are widely explored. The first one is ultra bithorax mutant. So what happens is that in wild type Drosophila melanogaster there are three thoracic segments. Each thoracic segment has a pair of leg. In case of thoracic segment 2, apart from a pair of leg, there is a pair of wing. In thoracic segment 3, apart from a pair of leg, there is one pair of halter also. Now in case of ultra bithorax mutant, the T1 has a pair of leg, the T2 has a pair of leg and a pair of wing, the T3 has a pair of leg and again one pair of wing. That is, the T3 again behaves like T2. So in case of ultra bithorax mutant, there is no third thoracic segment, rather there is one thoracic segment 1 and two thoracic segment 2. So in comparison to wild type Drosophila melanogaster, which has two wings, the ultra bithorax mutant has four wings. One pair of wing in the thoracic segment 2 and one pair of wing in a thoracic segment 3, which is now behaving like a thoracic segment 2 only. Now the second mutant case is Antennapedia complex. Antennapedia, sorry. So the Antennapedia is generally it helps to specify the second thoracic segment of fly, but the mutant fly express it in the head as well as in the thorax. So mutant fly grows legs rather than antenna out of the head socket. So in comparison to the wild type, you can see that this unusual phenotype is seen in which the legs rather than antenna are grown out of the head segment of Drosophila. So these are the two important homeotic selector gene mutants that are widely explored. Thank you so much for your patience. I hope this video was useful. If you have any question, please feel free to comment in the comment section. Also, do not forget to like the video and subscribe my channel to get updates on my latest lecture videos. Thank you.